Greetings to my funders and greetings to everyone who will be watching this video. My name is Sethu, a Nelson Mandela University student, currently registered for an advanced diploma in public administration and management qualification. I've successfully secured an undergraduate qualification in public management last year, and I graduated successfully. This year I've just completed this one, which is called Advanced Diploma in Public Administration and Management, and I'm expected to graduate very soon. The only constraint or the only thing that stands before me, it's funding or financial means. I've already written a story about myself, my journey and everything in my profile, but I've decided to also upload this video so that everyone can see me speaking to them. And also after watching this video, I would also like to advise you to go and watch, or to go and read my story there, because I've explained everything in details there on how I transitioned from high school to university and how I was funded. As a black student from rural areas with a historically disadvantaged background, I managed to successfully transit from quintile 1 and quintile 2 school, which is Sakhululeka Secondary School, situated in Fort Beaufort. I successfully completed my matric there. Then I was admitted for National Diploma in Public Management at Nelson Mandela University in 2018, and I've completed my qualification in record time since 2018. It was 2018, 2019, and 2020. Then I've graduated early this year in March. Yes, in March. Then I've continued with my studies, pursuing this qualification, advanced diploma. But the only thing that is stopping me from successfully graduating for this one is funding, since I don't have any funding. And the worst part is that I cannot even access my certificate, my undergraduate certificate, which I graduated for early this year, as I said, because of financial constraints. I've clearly elaborated on my story, why I cannot afford to pay my own studies. It's because of there's no one who's working back at home. I'm staying with my mother and my grandmother. My mother is doing piece jobs where they offer her some, and to be quite honest, the only thing that is keeping us going is my grandmother's grant. As a result, when I was doing my undergraduate qualification, I've applied for NSFAS, and they successfully funded me because I never failed any module. If you can go to my financial statement, you will see that I've never failed any module. And also, on that note, I cannot access my academic record because of this debt. As I was saying, that it is my grandmother that keep us going in my family with her old age pension. And then when I got to varsity, I successfully secured NSFAS, and then NSFAS was funded me for my undergraduate qualification. NSFAS doesn't fund for postgraduate qualification. When I completed my undergraduate qualification in public management, I was left with an unknown debt, which I don't know. I went to school, and made inquiries about it, that there's a debt that I don't know about. And they said to me, perhaps NSFAS didn't pay all of my money. But when I go to my financial statement, you could see that NSFAS covered for everything. But there was an outstanding debt of about 2,500, which I couldn't pay at that time. But I was hoping that something would pull through as I was as I was pursuing this advanced diploma this year in 2021. But unfortunately, my debt at Nelson Mandela University, instead of decreasing, it doubled and increased to that amount. I have sent in in my financial statement. If you can go to my profile, you would see that there's a financial statement that I've submitted. Every detail is there on how the amount was increased. It is because of I stayed in a residence while I was while I was pursuing this qualification. I stayed in an institutional residence at Nelson Mandela University in Port Elizabeth. It is because I couldn't continue with my studies here at home because of network problems, and my laptop broke as I was doing my undergraduate qualification. So I had to go to a nearby, I had to be accommodated in a nearby residence, which I would be able uh, to to be close to labs and to be close to strategic resources that will help me to successfully complete my assessments for this qualification. With that being said, I would like to thank everyone who would be contributing to my student debt, towards covering my student debt, and also those would be funding me. And I would appreciate any amount to be contributed. It doesn't matter how small it is, it doesn't matter how big it is, as long as it will be for a good cause and covering for my student debt. And I want to assure all my funders that I never failed the module. I never failed in my life before. I know I could sound bragging, but I never failed even in high school. At high school. I never failed even one subject. And also something I wanted to add is that I've also applied for at Nelson Mandela University again. I've also applied for an honors degree in public administration, because I've already completed this one. I'm just waiting for graduation and the confirmation for admission in honors degree. Otherwise, I've also applied for it and also applied for funding for it. But I will also update my funders on how is that going in terms of funding for my honors. But for now, I've put application for funding for my honors, and also I have successfully submitted application in Nelson Mandela University for honors degree. At the moment, I'm in need for funding in terms of my advanced diploma qualification, because I wasn't funded for the whole year. If you can go to my financial statement, you would see that the university only just provided a small amount of money for food purposes, food allowance. It was a food allowance, to be specific, for toiletries and food, because I couldn't afford anything. I couldn't afford any single thing, and my grandmother couldn't even send me small amounts of money, because she was taking care of the family this side at home. So that's how I was surviving at rest. That's how we put it. It's a student accommodation. That's how I survived. So I made it through. It was hard. It was hard. I won't lie. It was very hard, but I made it through. So I hope you find my story inspirational, motivational, so that you could find me. If you go to my story in my profile, you would see that I made it very clear that the reason behind I decided to pursue this qualification and further going to honors is that I have this passion of being a public servant and providing effective services to the people. I've also done that at student level in a student leadership position. I led at the residence level. I led at the campus level as a student leader, and I also joined student societies such as SAPASA and UNASA. I've elaborated that in my story. So I would like my funders to also go and read my story because it is informative. Yes, and lastly, I would like to speak to my funders that again, securing this qualification and going further with my studies will significantly change the situation here at home, because the situation is not right. It's not at the right place. I won't lie. I don't even know how to explain it. A situation whereby there's no one is working and it's only grandmother's pension that we depend on. So yeah, it's tough like that. Yeah, it's tough like that. And also, please do contribute any amount you would like to contribute. It will significantly help me to secure my studies. And also, the reason behind I'm continuing my studies because I don't want to sit here at home and do nothing while I'm still waiting for my certificate. I applied for a nurse degree because I wanted to further my studies and to have many options at hand, not to stay and wait for something to happen, but I wanted to fight for myself so that I push for things to happen for myself and eventually secure a sustainable job that would result in me taking care of my grandmother and my mother. So I would like to thank everyone in advance for donating towards my student debt, for donating so that I get my undergraduate certificate, and also I get my advanced diploma certificate. And hopefully so I get, yes, hopefully so in the upcoming year 2022 I get to be admitted for honors degree at Nelson Mandela University. Yes, that's all. Have a good day. God bless you for putting your hand forward in terms of contributing for my student debt. So God bless you, and God bless where you take that money and put more where you take. Thank you very much.